Let me tell you something that most people never dare to admit. Truth can kill you. I don't mean that in a poetic way. I mean it like a knife across your throat. I know because I'm already dead. Oh, yes, I walk, I breathe, I speak. But the person I was? Gone. Buried somewhere deep under a mountain of things I should have never known. It all started on a night when the fog rolled in so thick, it felt like the world itself was drowning. I had no reason to live, really. My heart was broken, my pockets empty, and my future, well, it didn't exist anymore. I just walked through the streets, numb, like a ghost looking for a place to fall apart. And then, I saw him. Standing under a broken streetlight, half hidden by the mist. He wasn't moving. Just waiting. Like he knew I would come. At first, I thought he was a beggar. Or worse, some kind of thief. But when I got closer, I saw his face, and my blood turned cold. He looked like a man, but wrong. His skin was pale, almost glowing. His eyes were two black stones sunk deep into his skull. And his smile, God help me, his smile was the saddest thing I have ever seen. "You're lost," he said. His voice was soft. Too soft. Like he was whispering straight into my heart. I should have run. Every part of me screamed to turn around. But I didn't. Because in that moment, I wasn't afraid of monsters. I was afraid of living one more day without answers. "Who are you?" I asked. He didn't blink. He didn't even seem to breathe. "I am the Whisperer," he said. "And I can tell you anything you wish to know." I laughed. Or tried to. It came out cracked and bitter. "At what cost?" I said, half joking, half terrified. He tilted his head, as if confused. "Only a little piece of yourself," he whispered. I didn't understand what he meant. Not then. But by the time I did, it was already far too late. That night, under the broken light and drowning in fog, I made a deal. A stupid, desperate deal. I asked him my first question. Why did she leave me? I meant Eleanor, the only person who ever loved me. I thought maybe he'd tell me it was bad timing, or that she was scared, or that life was unfair. But the truth he gave me. It cut deeper than any knife. She left, he said, because she saw the darkness inside you. Long before you did. She knew you would destroy her. And in that instant, I felt something tear inside my chest. Like a piece of my soul just broke off and floated away into the night. I stumbled back, gasping for air. The Whisperer just stood there, watching. Waiting for my next question. And here's where I made the worst mistake of my life. I asked another. I should have stopped. I should have turned and walked away while I still could. But once you taste real truth, it's like poison. You can't help but take another sip. I wiped the cold sweat off my face and whispered. One more question. The Whisperer smiled wider, not kindly, not warmly, but like a butcher sharpening his knife. I asked. What really happened to my father? My father had died when I was a boy. Everyone said it was an accident, a fall from a scaffold at the old factory where he worked. But I never believed it. Even as a child, I felt something was wrong. The Whisperer leaned in, so close I could smell the cold, rotten scent on his breath. He didn't fall, he said. He jumped. I stared at him, stunned. The Whisperer's voice grew even softer, almost tender. He jumped because he knew what he had done to you. What he had passed down into your blood. He thought death could stop it. He was wrong. I dropped to my knees. The world tilted and spun around me. Another sharp pain hit my chest, worse than before. It was as if a piece of my heart, a piece I never even knew existed, had been ripped out. I wanted to scream. I wanted to claw at the fog and tear it apart. But I did none of that. I just sat there, shaking, while the whisperer watched me fall apart. He knelt beside me, his pale hand reaching out but never quite touching. "You're strong," he said. "Most are broken by the second answer." I laughed, a broken, ugly sound. "Is that supposed to make me feel better?" The whisperer smiled, a smile that held no joy, only sadness. "No. It's supposed to make you ready." "Ready for what?" I didn't ask. Somewhere deep inside, I already knew. He stood, his black coat billowing around him like wings. "More questions will come," he said. "You will seek them. You will need them." He began to walk away, melting into the fog. "Wait!" I shouted. My voice cracked and echoed down the empty street. He paused. Without turning around, he spoke one last time. "Each truth will cost you. And someday, you will answer, for everything." And then, he was gone. Just like that. Only the fog remained, swallowing the world in silence. I should have gone home. I should have locked my door, thrown away my keys, and tried to forget. But truth, once it touches you, leaves a hunger behind. The next night, I went looking for him. I searched for him. Night after night, through the crooked alleys, the empty streets, the drowned corners of the city where even the rats refused to live. The fog always came with me. It was like it lived inside me now, wrapped around my bones. I found him again, 3 nights later. Same broken streetlight. Same black coat. Same dead, glittering eyes. He didn't smile this time. Maybe he knew what was coming. Maybe he pitied me. I didn't care anymore. "I have another question," I said. His head tilted, like a crow studying a dying animal. "You know the price." "I'll pay it." This time, I asked about my future. "What happens to me?" I said. "What's waiting for me at the end of this road?" He stepped closer, and for the first time, I saw what lay under his coat. His ribs were sharp and broken. His chest was hollowed out, as if something had eaten him from the inside. He was a man-shaped grave. "You will be forgotten," he whispered. "You will die alone, with nothing but regrets to keep you company. And after death, there will be nothing. Not even darkness. Only silence." I fell to my knees again. The pain inside me was unbearable. It wasn't just heartbreak anymore, it was like my entire soul was shattering. I felt memories slip away, happy ones, a day in the sun with my mother, the sound of Eleanor's laughter, the taste of fresh bread when I was a child. Gone. All gone. Ripped away to pay the price. The whisperer watched me without mercy. "You asked," he said softly. "You chose this." But it didn't end there. Because even through the pain, even through the numbness crawling up my skin like frostbite, I whispered. Another. Night after night, I found him. And night after night, I asked. I asked about life, about death, about why some people are born only to suffer. I asked if there was any real meaning to any of this. And every answer took something from me. My body grew thin. My hair turned gray at the temples. My hands trembled even when I slept. People stopped recognizing me. They crossed the street when they saw me coming. I stopped recognizing myself too. One night, staring into a broken mirror, I realized. I couldn't even remember my own name anymore. It had been carved away by every truth I had begged to know. Still, I wasn't finished. Still, the hunger gnawed at me. The final time I found the whisperer, I didn't ask a question right away. I stood there, in the freezing fog, my breath rattling in my chest like dead leaves. And I said, "What are you?" For the first time, the whisperer's black eyes softened. "I was like you once," he said. "A seeker. A fool." He opened his coat wider. Inside, I saw not organs, not flesh, but a swirling void, endless and hollow, like a hole punched through the world. Truth devoured me, he whispered. And now, I serve it. I stumbled back, horror surging through what little remained of me. I don't want this, I gasped. I want to live. The whisperer stepped forward, his pale hand reaching for me. You made your choice, he said. Now, it's your turn. The moment his hand touched my forehead, I saw everything. I saw the endless line of men and women who had stood where I stood, broken, desperate, lost, and made the same mistake. I saw how each one had been eaten alive by the truths they demanded. I saw that the whisperer wasn't one creature. He was many. He was all of them. Every lost soul who had traded themselves away. And now, it was my time to take his place. The fog thickened around me, rising higher, swallowing my vision. I felt myself fading, my skin growing colder, my heartbeat slowing to a whisper. The whisperer, the one I had known, smiled once more. And then he was gone. His burden was mine now. That's why you see me here, standing in the fog, under the broken light. Waiting. Waiting for the next fool who thinks they want the truth. If you ever find yourself walking alone, and you see a man standing where the streetlights flicker. If he offers you the answers you crave. Run. Run, and never look back. Because once you ask the first question, the fog will never let you go. And neither will I.